PPT is visible. Please confirm.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
visible.
Okay. Today we are going to start our class with the topic of philosophy related to community organization. The fundamental aspects of the community organization is the principle of cooperative spirit. Cooperative spirit means working with each other with mutual understanding, which promotes the people to unite together to address a common issue. Next point is community organization recognizes the spirit of democratic values. What are the democratic values? Respect, equality, fairness, and freedom. And principles with the focus on creating democratic involvement. It means people who are working in any group which is practicing community organization, they should have democratic values. Means they should respect each other, they should treat equally to each other, they should be fair to everyone, and they have freedom to speak. Next point is organizing is about empowering. When people unite together and get involved in community organization, they develop confidence. This empowerment comes when people learn skills to help themselves and others. The collective action helps in community building. Here it means whenever we do practice something, then gradually we gain confidence about our skills, about our knowledge, and our capacities too. So, this point is saying the same thing, that organizing it is about empowering. People unite together and get involved in community organization. They develop confidence. From where they get this confidence? By skill practice. And they learn skills to help themselves and others also. Our next point is the community organization recognizes the power of individual. It believes that through the collective strength of the people, better teamwork and adoption of scientific methods, comprehensive solutions to the social problems can be achieved. It means while practicing community organization, we come to know about the individual's strength. Suppose there is a group of 5 people. Nobody is equal. Every individual has his own qualities, merits, demerits. While working together, they come to know about each other's strengths, and by the help of better teamwork and adoption of scientific methods, the solution of any social problem can be achieved very easily. Next point is another philosophy is that of coordination. It is concerned with adjustments and interrelations of the forces in the community life for common welfare. Again, coordination means people who are practicing community organization, they are doing adjustments with each other, developing good communication, bonding, mutual understanding. Next point is community organization is therefore a continuous process in which adjustments are made and remade to keep pace with the changing condition of community life. Yesterday we have discussed that in community problems keep changing. The nature of problem keep changing. So community organization should be ready to respond in each and every situation, means it should be flexible. The way of working should be flexible while practicing community organization. In number of times people are doing adjustments, means adjustments are made and remade. Why? Because it is not necessary that all the group members are continuously working with each other. They keep going and keep coming, means sometimes people leave the group, sometimes people new people join the group. Next is models of community organization. What is the meaning of model? Model is a medium through which a person looks at the complex realities. Model is a simplistic version of a complex situation. Model serves as a reference for the work and give us a clear understanding of what would happen. Here, it means that it is a sort of miniature of a complex situation, simplest version of a complex situation. Three basic models of community organization are locality development, social planning, and social action. Number one is locality development. Locality development model is a method of working with community groups. It was earlier used by the settlement houses. Here, the primary focus is on the process of community building. Leadership development and the education of the participants are the essential elements in the process. Here, we can take the example of cleanliness drive of a lake or a water resource in our locality or in our town. Here, what would happen? The primary focus is to gather people for the this community organization work. Then it is the responsibility of the leader or the initiator to educate them or to give the information about the process, and then make sure that every participant should give his or her 100%. This is called locality development. Another example, plantation drive in local community park. Suppose there is a community park or is a public park in your town, but it is not maintained. People are requesting local government to look after it, but somehow the work is not being done. Then the locality people have decided to work together for the plantation drive. Now what will happen? They have to make group, they have to divide the work, and then they execute the work and achieve the goal. After that, after plantation, they have to look after the plants also. Means after plantation drive, they have to see that they have done the right job or not. And time to time, they have to water the plants also. So here, these two examples are their quality development. Our next point is social planning, the type of community work where a worker or agency undertakes an exercise of evaluating welfare needs and existing services in the area and suggest a possible blueprint for a more efficient delivery of services. It is termed as social planning. It aims is to affect a large population. Here, we can take the example of making ponds in desert area to reduce water problem. Suppose there is a city or village in desert area where, excuse me, give me 1 minute break, please. Yes, we were in second point, social planning. We were discussing the example of making ponds in desert area to reduce water problem. It means, suppose there is a village in desert area and they do not have any resource for water. Then what they do, they have decided to make a pond in their village. Now what will they do? First of all, they see what kind of problem they have in their area. Second, what kind of resources they have available in their area. Next, what kind of work they have to do to reduce this problem. Third, from fourth, from where they will get the material. And then, according to the resources, available resources and manpower, they will make a plan that how many people will dig the area, how many people will go to the market and get the material, and how they will collect water in that particular pond. This is what called social planning. Again, another example is rainwater harvesting. What is rainwater harvesting? Can anybody explain?
Rainwater harvesting is a process that, like in my society, people did what they, मतलब उनने रोड्स के अंदर पाइप्स डलवाई, पाइप्स या लाइक कंटेनर टाइप का जो रेन वाटर आएगा वो
Mm-hmm.
ड्रेन से होते हुए वहां पे स्टोर हो जाएगा।
Okay.
तो वही उसी के हाँ।
That is means while
And
using
students.
they collect the water and use it in future, right?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ।
That is called rainwater harvesting. So for that they have to make a plan that how will they harvest the rainwater. Understand? Our next point is social action. Social action is an individual, group, or community effort with the framework of the social work philosophy and practice that aims to achieve social progress, to modify social policies, and to improve social legislation and health and welfare services. In this type of community organization, the community organizer uses all means to apply pressure on the power structure to give into demand. Here, We can take the example of Candle March for Nirbhaya case. In 2011 or 2012, there was a rape case in Delhi known as Nirbhaya case. It was a very brutal
It
rape.
was 2012, ma'am.
Yeah,
It was 2012.
yeah, 2012 December, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Then people started asking, started protesting to get justice for Nirbhaya and to get change the law in rape cases. N number of candle marches organized for this particular case. It was a sort of social action. That time, people, not even not only individuals, group of individuals, and so many people get together. They do not know each other, but for a collective goal, for a collective objective, they got together and they started asking to the government to do required changes in the law in rape cases or related to rape cases. Means in this type of community, this type of practice, they wanted to use all means to apply pressure. Every section of the society participated in these marches. After that, Sinha community was organized and they started debating on the law system and they changed some rules related to rape cases. Our next point is community organization as a macro method. Community organization is considered as a macro method of practice in social work. It is used for solving community problems. The term macro is used because of its ability to involve a large number of people in solving the social problems. Community organization is a macro method because this method can be successfully implemented at local level of community or state level, at regional level of community, or even at the international level of community also. Here we can take the example of population control at local, state, regional, national, and international level. We have n number of agencies which are working for population control issue. Sorry, pollution control issue. Pollution, any sort of pollution, like water pollution, air pollution, land pollution. In our local area also, in cities also, you can get n number of agencies who are working for this cause. State, region, national, international, means all have same objectives but they are working in different level. Another example, blood donation banks, blood banks, which organize blood donation drive. Nowadays, they are centralized connected. Organ donation drives in medical healthcare sector. People who are working for this sort of campaign or this kind of work, they try to connect with each other so that if anybody is in need, then they will get the support. Next is community organization as a problem solving method. In community organization method, the community is the client. Means community has the problem. That is the reason community organization practice is going on by the people of community. Community organization solves the community problems and fulfills the need of community. Many of the community problems like poverty, poor nutrition, lack of medical services, unemployment, pollution, dowry, women and child trafficking, drug trafficking can be solved by using community organization method. Here, we can take the example of women and child trafficking. We have one social worker named Kailash Satyarthi. He works for child trafficking issue. He has saved so many children from child labor issue, child trafficking issue. How? See, individually, it is not possible for him to do this kind of work. Definitely, he has team. Team means again people working in a team. And people who are working for this cause, they spread awareness. They educate people about child trafficking and child labor. They spread awareness about how general people can come forward and help the agency to rescue any child from this type of problem. Clear? Understood this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
As
ma'am.
okay, as we move to our next slide, community organization method is used for the following things: to meet the needs and bring about and maintain adjustment between needs and resources in a community, helping people effectively to work with their problems and plan to realize their objective by helping them to develop strength strengthen and maintain quality of participation, self direction and cooperation, bringing about change in community and group relationships and in the distribution of decision making power. Third point is very important point. See, in community organization practice, we have a group of people or sometimes large number of people. Then they divide this group into subgroups. Then it is the responsibility of the leader of the subgroup to take decision for their work. Here we can take the example of cleanliness drive of a beach again. What kind of material they require, how many people are working in which area, how many people will be working for garbage collection, how they will destroy it. So subgroups will be working on different part of practice, and the leader of the subgroup have right to take decision according to their need and requirement. This is called distribution of decision making power. Next is the resources of community are identified and tapped for solving the community problems. First of all, whenever we see there is a problem in any community or we see any social problem available in community or society, first of all, we should identify the available resources which can be helpful in solving the problem. Relevance of community organization for community development. Community organization and community development are interrelated. To achieve the goals of community development, the community organization method is used. Means community organization practice is for development of the community. According to United Nations, community development deals with total development of a developing country that is their economic, physical, and social aspects. Some important aspects of community organizations are democratic procedures, means election and voting. These are the democratic procedure. In every democratic country, they follow the rules and regulations according to the law, according to their constitution. Next is, and they select their leader according to the voting system. Means everybody has right to select or to give vote to a political party and select the leader. Next is voluntary cooperation, doing and giving willingly without any forceful action, and unpaid also. This action is unpaid, means people are coming forward and contributing something towards society or community, but they are not expecting anything in monetary terms also and in any other terms also. These are the This is also a very important aspect of community organization. Now, whenever we talk about first point, democratic procedure, it means everybody is free to work for community organization, or everybody is free to give something back to the society or to contribute to the society. But if they are working in a group and practicing community organization, then they have to follow the democratic procedure. Means here everybody is equal, they are selecting their leader according to the voting system. Next point is, third point is self-help, self-doing. Again, means whatever the work is assigned to someone, he has to or she has to fulfill or fulfill that job or complete that task without taking help. And in this point, we can take one one more very important key point, like bettering oneself without the help of others. How? See, while practicing community organizations, sometimes individuals come to know about their own capacities, their own strength. Why? Because first time they are doing this kind of task or this kind of job. Before they have never done this. So while practicing, they come to know about their strength, their qualities. This is bettering oneself without the help of others. Next is development of leadership. Here, whenever people work in group, then they notice the qualities of others also. They notice their own qualities also and others' quality also. Here, individual quality noticing and seeing upcoming leader also. While working together in a group and practicing community organization for community development, they will come to know about the upcoming leader and they can judge who would be the better leader in near future. Sometimes an individual can develop his own leadership quality. This is the main focus of fourth number point. Next is educational aspects. It means awareness for self and others, and training for selves and for others also. It means getting education, getting information, or collecting information about some issues, getting debating on the point, debating on the issue, debating on the problem, getting different ideas, different views from other people or group mates or group members, and getting solutions. Then execute one right solution to achieve the goal. This is what? This is a learning process where you are educating yourself and others also. You are getting information and sharing information also. You are getting trained, and sometimes you are inspiring someone else to get trained. This is the educational aspects of community organization. It will help in your next task or next practice of community organization, or suppose if you work with another group, then also your previous experience counts. It will help you in your future task. Our next point is differentiation between community organization and community development. These points are very important and question can be asked in this form only. Right differentiation between community organization and community development, or like what do you understand by community organization and community development, how they are interrelated. These kind of questions can be asked in your examination. So you should be prepared to write a elaborative answer. Number one, community organization is a method of social work, but community development is a program for a planned change. Next, community organization emphasizes the process, but community development emphasizes the end or the goals. First point says that community organization is a way of social working, way of social work, or is a method of social work. And community development is a program for a planned change to achieve a target or to achieve a goal. Next, community organization emphasize on processes. Means in community organization practice, we see that we are going on right path or not, means we are doing our work correctly or not. Here, community organization process is very important, because they know that if process is right, then definitely they can achieve their goal. And community development, this terminology emphasizes or give importance to achieve the goal. Means somehow you have to achieve the target. This is called community development. Next, community organizers are mostly social workers and social change agents. But community development personnel can be from other professions, including agricultural experts, veterin- veterinary experts, and other technical experts also. Here means community organizers, people who are organizing or who are collecting people or making group to practice community organization. Generally they are mostly they are social workers and social change agents, because they know what kind of the problem or need available in the society, and they plan according to the requirement. They plan according to the need or according to the problem available in the society. But in community development program, the personals here means the people who are working there, they can be from other professions also. Community organization is not time bound. It is achieved step by step according to the pace of the people. But community development is time bound, and time is specified for achieving the development objectives. Here we can take the example of If community organization practice is going on again against any social problem, then definitely it is not a time bound. Why? Because it's not very easy to remove social problem immediately from the society, right? But community development, here we can take the example of, again, making a pond. It is a time bound procedure. You have limited time to make a pond or develop a park or develop a forest. A specific time period you have to achieve your objective. Next is, in community organization, people's participation is important. Means, in community organization practice, generally, the leader of the group asks people to come forward and participate. And in community development, people's development is important. It means they emphasizes on individuals' development also. In same topic, on same topic, we have some more points. In community organization, assistance from government and external agencies are not important or needed. But in community development, external assistance from the government or other agencies is considered important. Community organization is a method of social work, and this method is used in many fields. But unlike community organization, community development is a considered as process, method, program, and movement for planned change. This point is clear or not?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
No.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
In community organization, assistance from government and external agencies are not important or needed. Here we can take the example of people or working professional who are working for the education of slum area or underprivileged kids. Now, they do not require any other external agency or assistance or fund from government in initial stage, right? They make a group, they visit the slum area, and they gather the children who are drop out from the school.
Ma'am,
They,
like they can't take the help.
no, they can, but it's not important.
Oh,
They
okay, ma'am.
can, they can take help, but it is not important or it is not necessary that initially they will take help or they take help. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
But in community development program, suppose up here now again you can take the example of making a pond in your village. If your municipal corporation or the tehsil office of that particular village has some fund in this, some fund for this kind of job, then definitely people apply for that. Sometimes they do not have enough money to contribute. Then what will they do? They will go to the government and they will ask for the fund. Now clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next is, community organization is used in all the field, but community development is used mostly in economic development and for the development of living standard of the people. Again, see the main difference. Community organization is used in all the field, but all the field means community organization practice can be done in every field of society: education, healthcare, women and child development, every field. But community development is mostly used in economic development or for the development of the living standard. Here again, we can take the example of plantation drive or a betterment of a community park. But if people are working for the community park, then what they are doing, they are making, or they are developing, or they are into development of living standard of that particular area. See, in any town, if you have good public park, good transport, mode of transports, good, very nice roads, you have green teas, you have libraries. Now what does it mean? Means the town or the city has some standard to live, right? So community development is used mostly in economic development. Here we are not talking about economic development. Here we are taking the example of development of living standard of people. Now this point is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the next point is, in community organization, planning is initiated by the people through their participation. Means people of the community are finding some problem in society or in that particular area or in community. Now they are getting together and taking initiative. What should be done? Everybody is giving suggestion. The team leader or the main member of the society or the agency, they are taking their decisions, their ideas very seriously, their suggestions very seriously, and according to that they are making plan. So here, planning is initiated by the people through their participation, by their active participation. But in the case of community development, planning is carried out by an external agency, mostly by the government. Here, we can take the example of road construction of any city. Means pe- road construction project is initiated by the government, or planning is done by the government or any external agency. Suppose government is giving contract to some contractor or a construction company, so they are doing the planning, and simultaneously they are asking their people who are working in that particular agency or organization, they are instructing them then how to complete your work. Clear? Next point
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
in community
Yes, ma'am.
organization, people are organized to solve their problem. In community organization, people are organized to solve their problem, but in community development, goals have to be achieved, and for the people are organized, and that people are organized. Here it means, in community organization practice, people are getting together, or people are gathering, or people are organized to solve their own problem. Sometimes problem available in the society, but in community development, goals have to be achieved. Clear? This is just,
Like they can't solve their problem
yeah,
together.
yes, it means it is directly related to second point, the number, not number, but number 2 point. Community organization emphasizes the process, but community development emphasizes the end or the goals. Means for community development,
Okay.
it is very important to achieve their target, to achieve their goal, to achieve their objective. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Last point is, community organization is universal to all communities, but community development programs differ from people to people depending upon whether the area is rural, urban, or tribal, and other characteristics of the area. See, when we talk about community organization, this community organization practice can be done in each and every part of the world: local level, state level, national level, international level, right? But in community development program, it is differ from people to people depending upon the area. See, sometimes the kind of problem we face in rural area, we do not face in urban area, right? Every area has different kind of social problems, different kind of issues available in the society. So we cannot practice all the time the same planning and execution for every problem. It is vary from problem to problem, people to people, and area to area. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now working with individuals, families, and groups within the community. Again, this the question can be asked: what do you understand by working with individuals, working with group, or working with families? See, working with individual means you are handling the case of an individual. Okay, so individuals join together and form groups and families. Families and groups join together and form communities. While working with communities, we have to work with individuals, families, and group. This point clearly shows that individuals come forward, join together, and form a group or a family, right? Family and group come forward, join together, and form communities. And when we talk about communities, while working with communities, we have to work with individuals, families, and groups. Clear?
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
clear. See, if anybody has any query, you can ask me.
Yes, ma'am. I can ask you.
Tell me, what is your question, Sufia?
Now I don't have any query.
Okay, fine. So, as we move to working with individual, while working with individual means we are helping the individual to solve his problem. Some important points are there. Number one, rapport building. It means you should make a rapport with him. You should make him comfortable while talking or while conversing with him. Next, educating for self also and for individual also. Spreading awareness, effective and successful activity, and it is a time taking process. Here we can take the example of counseling of a dropout student. Suppose there is a student who has stopped going to school after his 10th standard examination. Means he has not taken admission in 11th standard due to n number of reasons. Maybe he has some financial problem, maybe he has some family problem, maybe he has lost the interest. He is not interested in education now, or not interested in going to school now. Now, what happened? You are handling a case. A social worker is handling a case of an individual. Here, first of all, a social worker has to maintain a very good relationship with the student. Why? Because if you do not have good communication between you and the student, then he will not explain you why he has left the education, why he has stopped going to the school. Means you
Like
are
we have to
taking
be
him.
polite.
Yeah,
We have to be polite.
you have to be polite while making a relationship, while making a mutual understanding, developing a mutual understanding. This is called rapport building. Means you take him into confidence that i will be I will be your partner. You can share anything with me. I'm here to listen. I can understand your problem. Educating him means telling him that what is the importance of education. Why should he go to the school? Why should he go to why should he go for higher studies? This is what educating him, spreading awareness about, telling him about so many courses, not only related to formal education, related to vocational training also. Effective and successful activities means making him understand that try it, go there, just go, sit there and understand. If you would like to go, then only go, else we will go for some other activity like
Like,
some
it's a motivation.
motivation sort of. If he is not going for formal education, then definitely motivating him to get some vocational training, right? It is a time taking process. So see, nowadays you cannot make him understand in a day or two. It will take some
Take
time,
a lot of
sometimes
time.
some weeks, sometimes some months. Okay. So here,
Yes.
working with individual, we have taken the example of counseling of a dropout student. Next is working with family and group. To here, few points are there which are very important. To achieve common objective, members can be eliminated from the group. So many ideas and solutions uh, people are giving. In group or a family, they need a leader. Division or work is must, means very important. Coordination and cooperation is very important. Respect and acceptance for each and everybody. Here we can take the example of group of students to organize youth festival at college. Youth festival is what? It is a sort of cultural activities where we have so many events: dance competition, singing competition, rangoli making competition, art and craft making competition. N number of competitions are there in youth festival. And group of students have responsibility to organize this youth festival in the guidance of one teacher or a group of teacher. Now here what is the common goal? Organizing youth festival successfully is a common objective or a common goal. Members can be eliminated. It means sometimes in initial stage or gradually, sometimes gradually also, member of the group leave the group. They do not.
Ma'am, but after some time, if they want to join the group, they can join the group.
Yes, according to the need, according to the requirement. Suppose they make
Okay.
committees for different job and they have less number of people, then definitely they will ask people to come forward and join them.
Okay, ma'am. But
Okay.
ma'am, acceptance, and what about the acceptance? Like nowadays, we people don't accept easily.
Yeah, that's very true. We do not give space and we do not accept each other. But while working with group, it is very necessary that you should keep aside your personal interest, right?
Yes,
Yes, you should not think about your personal interest. You should think about the common interest.
yes, ma'am. Like we
Then only
have to
you can
agree with
develop
that.
the feeling of respect and acceptance.
Okay,
Clear?
ma'am.
See, we were talking about youth festival organizing in a college. Now they have people, suppose there's 10 students in organizing community and they have two guides who are teachers of that particular college. They have divided the work that two people will be looking for dance competition, two will be looking for singing competition, two will be looking for decoration, two will be looking for some other food committee, two will be looking for some other thing. Now only two people cannot work for food committee. Now definitely they require more members in the group. Then they will ask, they will announce in classrooms that we are going to organize a youth festival. We have this kind of categories or this kind of job to do. If you are interested, please give your name to this student. We have this practice in our colleges and schools. Generally,
Yes, ma'am.
all
We
you
do.
have is this, right? So this is
Yes,
what
ma'am.
you are working for particular task in a group. Now you understand this? See, here
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
taken a very positive example. I have not taken the example of any issue or problem related to families and group. I have taken an example of a very positive thing, very happening thing.
Yes.
Okay? Because I have to explain you how to work with a how to work with the group within the community. See, if there is a problem, then also we have to work in a group. If there is a festival or any event, then also we have to work in a group. So here I have taken a positive example. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now our next point is power. The topic is power. Power means the ability to influence others through community organization. Power is the ability to influence the beliefs and behavior of others. In other words, power is the ability to make things happen. Somebody, when we say this person has leadership quality, he has power or he has ability to influence people, people listen to him. People listen to him. Sometimes we have person in our friendship group or in our friends group that all listen to him or all listen to her. Generally, if there's a group of 4 or 5 friends, then definitely one leads the group. He or she has ability to control or to influence people. People listen to him and follow the instructions also. This is called power. Power flows from many sources: the money, votes, laws, information, expertise, prestige, group support, contacts, communication channels, media, social role, access to reward, position, title, ideas, verbal skill, monopoly over essential resources, and conviction. Conviction means firm belief, courage, and interpersonal skill. The example I have given you of friends group, it was the interpersonal skill. Interpersonal skill of an individual to influence friends. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
There are some techniques for mobilization of power. Appealing to the persons with power who are related are requested to help for achieving the goals. It means whenever we practice social work, generally one person who is leader of the group come forward and appeal the people that we require you or we require your help to achieve this goal. Please come forward and contribute. Here we can take the example of a road construction in rural area. The pradhan or the leader of that village area or rural area come forward and ask people, please do some shramdan. Shramdan is what? Doing manual work without any expectation. Come forward and contribute in road construction. Next, relating the power centers directly to the goal. See, first of all, you should know what is power center, and what is power structure. Power is an ability to influence the beliefs and behaviors of others. Power center means the specific person or group holding the power, right? And power structure means structure of the influential people in the community. These 3 points is clear: power structure, and power center.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If if you have any problem, you can ask me related to these 3 points: power center, and power structure.
Ma'am, can you please
No?
explain the power center point?
Yes, power center means a specific authoritative person. Here you can take the example of our President of India. He has power to reduce the punishment of any culprit, any criminal. People who gets life sentence, their punishment can be changed into life imprisonment. This power has only with President of India. Understand or not?
Not really.
Yes, ma'am.
It's if I understand so far, it's a person with the ability to influence the behavior and so on from other people, and also have the allowance as a power center to do the official work.
See, here power, I am talking about a quality, a
Yes,
ability. And
yeah,
power center means the person who has that ability.
yeah.
Okay?
But this person also have the allowance to work with this power,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay,
That
now I understand.
power center means he has legal authority of doing that. He has legal authority of using that power. That is called power center. Not a
Okay, now it's clear.
everyone. Here, specific. I am using the word specific. Specific person means individual who has authority. Okay? A group who has authority.
Yes.
That particular group or a person is known as power center. Next is power structure, means structure of a influential people in the community. Here we can take the example of religious leader, a group of religious leader. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. As so, these 3 points are clear. Now we will discuss about the techniques for mobilization of power, relating the power centers directly to the goal. It means we are going to the authoritative person and ask him and asking his help, or asking him to use his power to achieve the goal. The second point is directly related to that, relating the power centers directly to the goal. Again, here I can give you the example of any criminal who got death sentence. In Hindi means any ऐसा कोई अपराधी जिसे फांसी की सजा मिली हो, उसकी फांसी की सजा उम्र कैद में बदलने का अधिकार जो है, पावर जो है, वो सिर्फ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया को है. अंडरस्टैंड? क्लियर माय इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
See,
Understood already.
right. Power center is a particular specific person or a specific group. He has power to change the mind of the people or influence the belief of people. Next is developing interdependence among power centers for fulfilling the goals. It means, again, all the power centers means people or a group, specific groups, They are interrelated and interdependence. Here we can take the example of the government sector of construction work and government sector of electricity supply work. Suppose we need good infrastructure in our town, and there are two specific agencies working. One is working in construction, road construction or infrastructure construction, and second one is working in for electricity supply department. What happened? To make a network of wires to supply electricity, they need to dig the roads. And after digging the roads, after doing their job, they have to fill that digs also. Now here the road construction work come. So here both are correlated to each other. They have to work together. Suppose the construction division has decided that we are making roads in this particular area, but in that particular area there is a need of cable wiring also. Suppose road construction department has started their work earlier, they have completed their task, and now the other department has started working. So after making the road, again they have to dig the sites. It is simply not acceptable. Here they have to use the strategy, they have to coordinate with each other. Getting my point or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Formation of new groups by influencing members of power center to achieve the goal. Here, a very good example of our own government of India. In last few years, the particular department which are directly related to sports activity, they have formed a group of national coaches for different activities related to sports. What happened? President of India, sorry, Prime Minister of India, he has asked bureaucrats who are working in this department that please go in the field and find some good sport coaches and ask them to meet me or organize a common meeting for all of them. What happened? In different states, different cities, they went there. Bureaucrats sent their candidates or their subordinates to these cities, and they have asked sport authority of that particular area that please send your capable good coaches so that we can make a plan how we should go for a national or international level competition in sports activity. Another example, in education field, nowadays new education policies is coming. Everybody is talking about them. Everybody is talking about overall development of a children, of a student. What happened? Prime Minister of India has conducted a seminar or attend a meeting with bureaucrats who are working in Ministry of Education. They asked them that we have to work for overall development of a child. We should not only give importance to formal education, we should give vocational training also, we should provide overall nurturing also. So they have developed a program where nowadays in any student's report card, you will see various categories. He is good in debate, he is good, the category of art and craft, drama and debate, sports activity, cultural activities, overall performance, and then definitely related to studies and marks also. But the judgment of a person will be depend on overall development, not only on the basis of academics only. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Means what
Yes, ma'am.
what the Ministry of Education has done to fulfill this goal, they have made, or they have created, or they have formatted a new group by including member of power center to achieve the goal. Clear? Next point is encouraging members of power center to join with other members of power centers to achieve the goals. Same example. Two people or two very powerful groups or very powerful influencers are working together to achieve a common goal. Here you can take the example of COVID situation. At the time of corona, people were not ready to take the vaccine. Now what happened? Again, Prime Minister had organized one meeting with Healthcare Department or Ministry of Health Care. They have asked that they were asked that please ask the religious leaders and bureaucrats to come forward and discuss this point that people of that particular area or that particular city is not ready to take vaccine. Generally in our society, people can get influenced by religious leader. So in Haryana or Punjab
That's a
area,
really
they have asked head of gurudwaras that please influence or please appeal people to come forward and take vaccine. And in Nagaland, they have coordinated with Naga mothers who are just like Asha workers and educate them about the importance of vaccine, and they have asked them that please go and spread awareness related to this COVID vaccine and ask people to come forward and get vaccinated. Here what happened? Two power centers means encouraging member of power centers to join with the other members of power center to achieve the goals. Clear? This point is clear now?
yes, ma'am.
By using group work method, new larger power centers can be strengthened to achieve the goal. It means while practicing community organization, we can come to know about new power centers or upcoming leaders. Clear? This point is clear or not?
No, ma'am.
No. By using group work method, new larger power center can be strengthened to achieve the goal. It means if while practicing group work, means if we are working in group and we are trying to achieve some goal, simultaneously we notice individuals capacities, individuals qualities. Sometimes we find that we can have more leaders in our group. So here new larger power centers means different people or different groups who have strength can be strengthened, means can have more power, can have more influential power to achieve the goal. Now it's clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Okay. Okay. Now our another point is gender sensitive community organization practice. Gender gives different values to men and women. The biological sex differences are accepted as correct indicator for differential male female X's and their participation in the society. See, here gender and sex, these are two different terminologies. What is gender? Gender is more about identity and how we feel about ourselves, or how one individual, or how an individual feels about himself or herself. This is called gender. People may identify, people may self identify as male, female, transgender, other, or none. Socially, main points of gender identification is it is socially defined, socio-cultural differences made by society, and it is variable. It means sometimes what happen, a person or an individual by birth he is a male, but he feels that he has some feminine qualities also. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next term is sex. Sex is one's biological identity. Means by birth, whatever you have given the identity, it is your biological identity, either a male person or a female person. It is biologically defined. Natural differences between male and female are there, made by nature means naturally made, and it's constant. Means if you are not going to get any treatment, then it would be constant forever. Now you understand the meaning of gender and sex?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Allocation of roles according to male, female, or sex or gender. This we have already discussed. In any organization or society, roles are attributed for specific functions. In the patriarchy, roles are allocated not only in accordance with the biological functions but are misappropriated according to values prescribed to male and females also. It means this is the traditional role. We are talking about traditional role, which we have already discussed in our previous class. Male have some specific role. What are the role? He is a bread butter earner. He is a dominating personality and a controlling social function, and he has power to control social functions. Means these kind of roles are allocated to male member of the society, and female members of the societies are playing the role as a supportive functions, family caretaker, child nurturing, running household. This we have already discussed in traditional role of male and female in the society, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, impact of gender system on women. The practice of male female differentiation results in structural deprivation of the female. Means structural deprivation is what? Where the discrimination is done. Like life of female, feticide and infanticide, of access to health and medical services, inheritance and education. Means female face discrimination in the field of getting healthcare and medical services. Inheritance means talking about whatever the property by family they are getting, and education sector also. Here feticide and infanticide. Infanticide means feticide is what? destroying or destruction or abortion of a fetus in mother's womb before birth. Basically, here we should use the word female feticide. Means whenever a woman, female member of a family carry a child or conceives, then generally they go for sex determination test. And if they find it is a female child, then they go for abortion of the fetus. It means in mother's womb, the child is killed, or act of or action of killing a child in mother's womb.
मैम
It is
पहले
called,
जमाना में ऐसे ही होता था ना.
पहले में infanticide होता था because that time we do not have the facility of sonography or sex determination facility available in the society in old era, right?
Yes ma'am.
Infanticide means act of killing infant means new baby born is killed after birth, immediately after the birth. If it is a female child, then the family members, the elder family members, they try to kill her, or sometimes they killed her. It is called infanticide. These two words you should remember. Feticide means killing a child, killing a fetus in mother's womb before birth by surgery, by taking medicine, or by some other procedure. And infanticide, act of killing infant after birth. Okay?
Okay ma'am.
Female discrimination at the behavior level. Behavioral level means field of employment, low productivity skills, healthcare, and public life. They do not get much importance. That is called discrimination at the behavioral level. Next is infliction of atrocities. Atrocities means cruel act like dowry, harassment, eve teasing, and wife beating and rape. Clear? These point is clear. What is the impact of
Yes
gender
ma'am.
system on women in our society? Now, our next point is impact of macro policies.
Ma'am, nowadays it's still happening in the world.
What you are asking about? Which point?
Like
Ma'am,
what
she
you
is
were telling.
killing of girls.
Yes, it is available in different part of our country also, and some other countries also.
Ma'am, why world is so cruel?
That I do
But
not
nowadays
know.
it is illegal, right? Ma'am?
See, we
Ma'am,
have Sophia, we have every kind
is
of people
there
available in our society. We have
they're
different
due to their
ideology.
ideology. Due to their
Yeah.
ideology.
We have
Their
different ideology. We
ideology.
have different way of thinking. We have different perspective towards people. So,
Backward, very backward thinking. Very backward
yeah,
thinking.
I'm
yeah.
like, I want to kill those people.
Then
Hello,
you, what should I say? I don't have words to say anything.
hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I use the term unwanted child in the example of infanticide? Unwanted birth or unwanted child?
Yes, you can. Yes, definitely you can. That killing infant after birth because it is a unwanted child because it's a female child. You can write
Right.
this. Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
See, feticide is the terminology we start using this feticide activity after getting technological development. In our old era, we do not have the facility of sonography or do not have the facility of sex determination test where we can come to know about what is the sex of a child or of a fetus, right? So
Right,
that
right.
time they kill the infant after birth. If it's a female child, then definitely they kill them. It was a practice of infanticide in our old era. Now, same thing, but in advance, with the help of advanced technology, they kill the fetus in mother's womb
With the
before
help of
birth.
the
Okay, this is called abortion. Okay,
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay.
okay, okay.
As we move to our next slide, it is impact of macro policies. The process of globalization has increased the gap between rich and poor greatly, both within and between the countries. The ideology associated with globalization is that of market forces economics. Government action and control is now seen as the cause of inflation, debt, and economic recession, while the private sector is promoted as the creator of efficiency and growth. Few points are there. Global and national thinking and policy is oriented towards privatization, liberalization, and subsidization. Act by a government or other group of paying part of the cost of controlling is known as giving subsidy. Clear?
No, ma'am.
No. See, nowadays, global and national thinking and policies are totally towards privatization. Means whatever the government running organizations we have, the senior authority of our country of or any country want them to be privatized, like privatization of education sector. Getting it or not now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Giving subsidy means act by government or other group of paying part of the cost of something. Here we can take the example of our gas cylinder. When gas cylinder was subsidized, or we were getting gas cylinder in subsidies rate, we used to get in very low cost, hardly 350 rupees per cylinder, right? Nowadays, I don't know,
Ma'am, 1,000.
I
4 to 5 years
think
back, it
it
was
was there.
850 rupees. See, because I do not have, I have facility of gas pipeline from the last 5 years. So that's the reason I do not know the cost of gas cylinder. But before 5 years, it was 850 rupees. Okay. So
No, no.
after after removing the subsidy, the cylinder rate got increased. Next, regulation and promotion of national enterprises are frowned upon. Means totally the promotion of national enterprises means national or government organization. People are not getting agree on the working of these kind of organizations. Here we can take the example of BSNL. BSNL is what? It's a organization in communication sector, right?
It's it's telecommunication organization.
Telecommunicating organization run by government only.
Hmm.
But the way of working, they have, people are not at all happy with them,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
It's a very bad
Uh,
network.
Yes.
Nowadays, network is very weak. Nowadays,
Yes. So regulation and promotion of national enterprises, it is a national enterprises, right? Are frowned upon. Matlab ki nowadays, if people ask us that government is going to start another telecommunication organization, then please vote for us. Nobody will give vote in support. Why? Because we have been seeing the way of working of BSNL, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is what? This is the impact of globalization, macro policies, Why in every sector we are finding, in every field we are finding so many private sector organizations are working. Some of these conditions that have a specific reference to India means in our Indian society or the scenario of Indian culture, we have few conditions. You can see removal of subsidy on agriculture means whatever the subsidy a farmer used to get, nowadays they are not getting those facilities or those subsidies. They used to get electricity in very low cost. Now it's a same cost as normal people are getting. At the time of purchase of seeds, they used to get seeds for farming in very low cost. Nowadays they are getting in it market cost. Next, embargo on import restrictions means whatever items or goods so society or traders wants to import, we have restrictions on them. Why? To promote make in India concept. Abolition of public distribution system. Initially, water supply, electricity, still we have water supply and electricity supply from government only, but n number of other things, they are nowadays not getting distributed by the government. Next, allowing entry of foreign MNCs into India. Why? See, to create more employment facilities for Indian people. Government of India has allowed entry of foreign MNCs into corporate sector. But there is a minus point also. There is a negative point also. MNCs are getting workers in very low cost.
Like what they are deserving, but they are not getting it.
No. See, if there is a see here we can take the example of software engineer, right? Any software engineer who has done his education or his degree from a normal engineering college, generally he starts his career with the salary of 30 to 40,000 per month, right? For MNCs, multinational companies which have their headquarters in foreign countries like USA, UK, Germany, France, they will not get freshers also or a newcomer also in employment sector in just 30,000 rupees. Getting my point or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No,
So,
not. They have to pay more money than normally, or they have to pay less.
see, if they hire, suppose there is a US based MNC, right? Excuse me. Suppose there is a software industry which has headquarter in USA, means it is a USA based MNC.
Yes.
Now, if they hire a software engineer from USA, then they have certain rules regarding the wages, related to the wages, related to the salary. But in our country, India, if they hire a fresher, means a person who has just completed his education in the field of software engineering, just came out of the college or a school and joined any MNC or a corporate office, then here salary is vary from company to company, means organization to another organization.
Yes, but I like to understand, did they earn more money than in an Indian company?
No, they are getting less money in Indian company, in Indian
Yeah,
structure.
that's what I mean. They earn more money in overseas
Yes,
headquarter, right?
they can get more money overseas, but they cannot get more money here.
Okay. And one question, please, about the embargo on import restriction. I don't get the meaning. What?
Yes, embargo on import restrictions. It means, suppose um, we are talking about clothing brands, right?
Mhm,
Suppose we need, our society need, it is our basic necessity. Clothing is our basic necessity, right?
mhm.
Suppose we buy a branded shirt which is an import item from USA or France or Germany, right?
Okay.
Then definitely traders who are importing these items, they
Mhm,
have some rules and regulations. They
mhm,
have to pay some fee, and where the money is going to another country,
mhm,
right? So
mhm.
government of India impose some restrictions
Okay. Mhm.
that you should buy this thing from our country only. What is the reason behind that? To promote make in India concept, indigenous.
Yeah, and in the
To-
end, also sustainability, not to drive brands around the world and pay for the shipping.
yes, pay for the shipping also. See, so this is the example related to second point. Understand
Okay.
now?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's clear now.
Okay. Okay. Our next point is unionization strategies. Unionization is a process of organizing the unorganized people for their specific goal and interest. In unionization, the oppressed, exploited, weaker, vulnerable, and marginalized people. This includes individuals, groups, and community voluntary organize themselves in union on the basis of equality to identify and rank their needs and problems issues, to secure their essential demands, to protect and promote their interests by collective action, accepting the principle of majority rules, and maximum participation of community people in each and every step of community organization and development process. It means if a certain part of community or a certain people of community are not into a group or not into a union, then this process organize them to get their identity and rank in the society, to secure their essential demands, to protect and promote their interest. Clear now?
Yeah, one question. Is it
Yes.
the government or NGOs who do this
No, this
work?
is not government also. This is not NGO also. This is their community based agencies.
Okay,
Okay. This is a sort of NGO, but basically not exactly. This is, you can say it's a voluntary organizations.
okay. It's built
Okay.
in the community itself.
Yes. Voluntary organization within the community itself. Clear? Or I
Mm-hmm.
should give you or should I give you one example for this?
If you have a short one, yes.
Yes. Yes, right. See, we have we used to have caste system, and still in some part of India we have caste system where we have untouchable people also, right? Untouchable people, they are
Yes.
not allowed to get into temples, educational institutes, and they are not allowed to use public properties also.
Okay.
This is a concept of, this is the movement of 1960 or 70, that Mahar movement was organized in state of Maharashtra. Mahar is a community which is an untouchable community. What happened? The people of that particular community got together and come forward and run a movement and ask and demand the government to identify their position, their rank in the society, and to see, they ask that they have right to use public properties also, they have right to get education also, they have right to get proper medical facility also. So here what happened, here the process of organizing the unorganized people has been done by the strategy of unionization. Now it's clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next point is, I'm going to cover only 2-3 more slides. In order to unionize target group, that is community people, are following strategies of unionization can be practiced. Number one, formation, information collection and community meetings. Number two, concisization means developing, strengthening and changing consciousness. Formulation of plans and programs through PRA. Capacity building, collaboration and coordination, and networking. What is conscientize meaning? Conscientize meaning is to educate a person about an issue or idea, mainly. To educate a person or a group about an issue or idea. Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
What's PRA you have in this?
Yes, we have this. PRA is participatory rural appraisal technique. Should I conclude now? Tomorrow I'm going to discuss these
Yes,
points
ma'am.
with you. Would it be okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, आपसे एक question.
1 minute. Yes, tell me.